Well, there. My name is sometimes Heather and I play Elder Scrolls Online. Today, we are going to continue with the Greymoor Zone story with Lydia Robs, my Stormsoak vampire. Let's start with the good old charging of the keyboard. There we go. So, today's the day when we get to hear what game devs have in store for us for the coming months. The stream where all of their plans is reviewed will start at 10 p.m. Finnish time. That's UTC +3, I think so. Be sure to check that out, both on Twitch and YouTube. Today my daily reward is Magma Harvest. What? Let's preview it. Could be worse. Also, vampire is... Sorry. Hungry. That was my last dinner.
The Tower of the Wolf.
And,
I think we should let it crumble.
This is the 7th stage of the Western Skyrim Zone story, so I think this is going to be full of conversations, actually, and it might be short. So, let's get started by speaking with Svana. Yes.
Whatever Rada al-Saran and the Grey Host were planning, I think the worst is behind us as far as Western Skyrim is concerned. With Svargrim dead, their grip on the holds comes to an end.
Are you in charge of Solitude now?
Not officially. At least I don't think so. I feel like the whole world's crumbling around me. But the city's still standing, so that's something. I'm more worried about our friends. We left Lyris and Fen to hold of a horde of Hero fiends.
I almost forgot about that.
Hopefully they were able to hold the courtyard and keep those monsters out of the city. You go on ahead and check on them. I need to collect myself. Solitude needs Princess Svana now. And I'm not quite ready to be her.
I will find Lyris and Fen.
Thank you. Help them and...
As usual, we are drinking coffee. So, Lyris and Fen are somewhere behind door number 1. Why is coffee so good? That is a question I still haven't figured out an answer to. Wow, it's misty here. So we are going through here. Is this the door behind which we found another thing in the
Tell me
past?
truthfully, Lyris.
No, it is.
How much of this blood is mine?
Not enough to be worried about.
Speak with both Fen and Lyris. Which is first? Fen sounded more urgent somehow.
You did it. I shouldn't be surprised. But things were looking rather bleak before the clouds parted.
What happened with the horde of Harrow-fiends?
We held the gate as long as we could. The Harrow fiends were a flood of claws and teeth. Once they burst through, Lyris cleaved through them like a scythe through wheat. But even she couldn't stem the tide.
So, what happened?
I'm not really sure. I kind of went wild. Let out my inner beast, as it were. I was rending and slashing. Then Lyris whacked me with the flat of her blade. At least that's the last thing I remember. Not my finest hour, but we survived.
So, what now?
The elixir is my next priority, of course. As long as the Harrow Storms are still a threat, we need a defense against them. After that, I want to examine the records we took from Greymoor Keep. I still think there's a cure for the Herod in there.
What about the Harrow Fiends?
Sadly, I don't think there's any hope for them. Their life energy was sucked dry, turning them into feral beasts. Restoring them is beyond my capabilities, I'm afraid. At least with the Herod, they're not so far gone as to be a lost cause.
And the elixir will protect everyone else?
As soon as we produce enough of it, yes. We saw how it protected Svanna. Now, where did I put my flask?
And then, let's see what Lyris has to say.
So, is it over? What happened to Svargrim? And where's Svanna?
Svargrim is dead and Svanna's fine, but she needed a moment. She asked me to check on you.
A parent's betrayal cuts deeper than a sword. But Svanna's strong. Stronger than she's been given credit for. And Solitude's going to need that strength in the coming days.
Do you think she can handle it?
If you told me the tavern rat we met at the Lonely Troll would become my choice to lead this land, I'd have called you mad. Then again, my king's a skald, so what do I know? Come on, there's probably something productive we should be doing.
What do you have in mind?
Find out if everyone in the Hall of the Dead is all right. I'll make sure Castle Dower is secured.
What happened with the horde of Harrow Fiends?
We did our best to hold the Harrow Fiends inside Castle Dower, but nothing short of stone walls were going to keep those monsters from pushing through. Seemed like everyone I killed was replaced by 2 more.
How did you stop them?
Almost didn't. We were nearly overrun before Fen went wild. I've never seen him like that, snarling and showing what a true vampire can do. Took the Harrow Fiends by surprise and we routed them. I did have to thwack him to clear his head, though.
I do like Lyris and Fen. It would have been fun to see Fen go into full vampire lord mode. Just a little hint for the game devs. That would have been like seriously an excellent moment. So, go to Solitude's Hall of the Dead. It was close to city center, if memory serves.
The guild requests your help.
I can see a door. If you want to get started with the antiquity system, all you need is to read that note over there. That is a super fun activity, and also you can find all sorts of presents in the open world. Talk to
Good to see you aren't raising mugs with Ismir just yet.
We saw the storm break, but we heard nothing since you departed from Blackreach.
And Jarl, Redern. I think Jarl is our first choice because of ranks.
I regret we didn't throw a parade to welcome you back, but I'll cheer enough for 100 souls if you tell me you put that backbiter of a High King to the sword. But what of Svanna? Is she?
Swanna's alive, but I can't say the same for the High King.
That's good, but a daughter shouldn't have to kill her own father. Svanna has my support, for whatever that's worth. She's going to need all the help she can get in the days to come.
So Svanna's the queen now.
Not until we hold a moot to support her claim, and we need more than a single Jarl for that to occur. If Svanna proves herself as the acting Jarl, they might look past her father's failings and make her the queen. Eventually.
She has proven capable so far.
We can settle the matter of the crown when there's kingdom enough to rule. What remains of the holds are still ravaged by the Harrow Storms, and I doubt we've seen the last of the Grey Host, for that matter.
Any word from your hold?
None good, but none bad either. My wife knows better than anyone how to care for our people. I trust she and my Thane to protect and care for Morthal in my absence.
I'm sure Morthal is in capable hands. And then, the other guy.
We seem to have survived, thank the gods. I thought for certain we were all about to witness the end of the world.
It looks like Solitude weathered the storm.
No thanks to Svargrim, damn his eyes. After you and the princess went off to Blackreach, I gathered whoever we could and made our stand here in the Hall of the Dead. I'm just glad we don't have to be permanent residents.
So no major casualties.
Far fewer than I feared when the storm began. Thanks to you and the princess. With the storm over and the Grey Host driven from Castle Dower, my soldiers will get the city back into shape. As long as no one else attacks us in the meantime.
I will leave you to it.
They're here! They're at the gates!
The Grey Host? I thought we were done with them for now.
Not the Grey Host! The Skald King with an army from the east!
Oh my.
Treachery is this?
To the gates. We'll give the Skald King a proper welcome, one way or another.
Go to the city gate, where a surprise awaits us.
I need someone who isn't afraid of the dark.
Not even going the right way. I certainly hope so.
Stand down,
It's
you
a crowd.
idiots. We come in peace.
Partner, could really use your knack for diplomacy right now. Speak to the Skald King before we start a war.
Talking to Prince Renskar is an optional step,
Will no
so
one
let's
properly agree to weary travel?
hop straight to Jorn the Skald King.
Oh, familiar face. Maybe you can talk some sense into these Western milk drinkers. We're not a damn invasion. We're here to help. Do you know what's going on?
The Grey Host was behind the attacks on Western Skyrim. Hiking Svargrim, we had to kill him.
So the rumors are true? Svargrim joined the Grey Host? I knew he had ambitions, but to throw away his humanity like that, it's inconceivable. Svargrim once told me that he would die before welcoming me to solitude. I suppose he was right.
The Grey Host caused a lot of damage. These people could use your help.
That's why I sent Lyris here in the first place. I'm not the king of these holds, though. I can't do anything if they refuse my help. Svargrim despised me. He would never accept my aid. But Svanna... here she comes now. Let's see what she has to say.
Whatever you think, King Jorn.
We have no need of help that involves welcoming your soldiers within our walls.
My walls, Jarl. My father may have been willing to slap aside a helping hand, but I'm not. Permit me a word with your envoy, Skald King.
We are now an envoy. Speak with Svanna.
Thank you for holding the line, I mean.
No problemo.
I'm ready to do what I should have done a long time ago. To do what my father never could. I'll speak with the Skald King. There's one more thing I'd like you to do while I entertain our guests.
What do you need?
We saved Solitude, but our war with the Grey Host is far from over. We need Fenn's elixir more than ever. With that, and King Jorun's help, we might just push these monsters back into their grave for good. Check on Fenn's progress, please.
Anything else?
That depends on Fenn. If there's anything standing in his way, let me know. And I'll do everything in my power to get him what he needs.
I will speak with Van. Gladly,
Van is with
actually,
old Mjolnir.
because I like Van. But Venorian. Where is that vampire? Like Lyris would say. Once again, the improvements to our map come in handy. So we need to go to the other side of town first and then see what's what. Because I failed to listen. I have that problem with Svanna because I don't like her voice. It's really funny, there's one voice actress in ESO whom whose voice just gives me the ick. So really, really strange, and also a little bit inconvenient because she voices a lot of people. So Major Scout seems to be our destination today. That's a big blue rock. I want one. Fan, where are you? Fan. Upstairs? Downstairs? Your guess is as good as mine. One would suppose that a vampire hides below the surface, hidden from lethal rays. Fan, are you here?
A rare thing to find an elf with the makings of a clever woman.
Despite what my kin might proclaim, it's not all in the blood. Ah, good, you're here. We've made a breakthrough.
A breakthrough.
I was just discussing a theory with Mjolnir, and it seems like we're very close to turning this elixir into a true restorative.
Meaning what?
A cure. Singolis's research on the nether root showed me just how it weakens the connection between a body and soul. Thus far, I've been able to inure a person to the root, but now I'm certain I can use that knowledge to heal those weakened bonds.
How quickly can you produce this cure?
Well, it is just a theory at this point. There's a lot more testing and experimentation to be done before we can produce a viable antidote. Weeks, optimistically?
Svana needs your elixir now. She asked me to make sure everything's going smoothly.
I know. We can't simply put things on hold. Mjolnir and I have a batch brewing right now, and materials to keep producing for another day. Ingrid's promised us a steady supply of Arcase oil, but that's not our limiting factor.
What is the problem?
We know enough about Singolis's refinement processes to replicate his methods, but we still need a source of netherroot to do so. Tell Svana that if she can keep us supplied, we can produce enough elixir for all the holds in a matter of weeks.
Any ideas on where we can get more netherroot?
We can ransack Greyhost's stockpiles, or mount an expedition into Blackreach. Otherwise, it would take decades of work to produce a proper crop. After we get the elixir squared away, we'll turn our attention to curing the Herald.
Did Zingalas's notes tell you more about the great reliquaries and the stone husks?
Indeed. As I surmised, the Grey Reliquaries contained the remains of ancient Greyhost warriors. They served as a connection to the souls trapped in Cold Harbor. Using the energy from the Harrowstorms, the souls were pulled into the stone husks.
And what was the purpose of the stone husks?
I believe the stone husks are incubators of a sort. The physical forms of the Grey Host are reincorporated within the stone vessels, through a mix of Zingolis's alchemy and sorcery, and the magic of the Ice Reach witches. When whole, they burst free.
Makes sense, I would say. Now we need to return to Blue Palace Courtyard. I wonder if we can purchase the blue rock as a furnishing. I really like that. Oh, everyone's conveniently outside. And we need to speak with Svana yet again.
I was hoping you'd return before we began. Tell me you've got good news. I'll feel a lot better delivering a speech about healing and hope, knowing that we're on the road to recovery. What did Fen have to say about the elixir?
They are making it as we speak, but he says they will need more netherroot soon.
Not the best news, but I'll take it. So long as we have enough to protect our soldiers, we have a fighting chance against the Grey Host. I'll go to the Undergrove myself if that's what it takes.
Van also believes he can make a cure for the Herald.
Now that would be cause for celebration. If he can really bring back even a fraction of those we lost to the Hero Storms, I'm willing to try. That's all I needed to hear. We should begin the ceremony before the crowd grows more restless.
What do you have planned?
Nothing fancy, just a traditional Nord wake. To mourn and celebrate those we've lost, and cherish the lives we still have. I'd like you to join us.
Very well.
None of us would be here to sing dirges for the dead or celebrate the living if not for you. I certainly wouldn't be here, ready to lead my hold. You've supported me since I started down this path. I'm honored to have you here at the end.
And that completes
Sons and daughters of Skyrim,
the ESO
we
story
have
of
the honor
Western
today
Skyrim.
of remembering the dead.
Honor to the fallen!
Sons and daughters of Skyrim, our trials were fierce, but we are still here.
We stand and we remain!
Now, we raise our voices
It's now.
to tell Sovngarde of the coming of the worthy dead, and to tell the world that the Nords are still here. We are still standing!
The fallen now march home to
see.
hallowed halls, to join our ancestors in boundless drink and song and brawls. Let sound the horns, let peal the bells, let loose the ancient hymn. We will remain until time ends, we children of Skyrim.
That was grand. So what do we do now? Our next adventure will take us to the Reach, but I think we will save that for next week. And today we shall look at our daily endeavors. Today our daily endeavors encourage us to craft 5 items with the alchemist skill, destroy 5 watery foes such as wisps, nereids, and other watery foes. Update an outfit 1 time, place 2 courtyard furnishings, and or complete 1 duel. Our weekly endeavors encouraged us to, or still do actually, complete 7 group dungeons, craft 30 items with any skill, and or complete 7 heists. This was seriously mega easy. All I did was complete daily crafting grids with 1 character. So, as the birthday jubilee extravaganza is still happening and going strong, we should do something to earn coffers and also eat cake in order to claim tickets. So let's pick up dailies from Solitude and see if we can complete any.
I'm glad you put an
Sharp,
end to
young
this
blood.
hound business.
The holds are in peril.
What's the trouble?
Dark clouds are gathering over the western.
Yes, how can I help?
What the sword
I will
is
gather
solid.
and deal with
I
those.
expect.
So, this one gives you a Harrowstorm daily. Here you can get, I want to say boss daily.
The coteries work.
Wrong, Delve daily. And here you can get the boss
militia.
daily.
I don't know him.
And here you can find your cake and also tickets. Delicious. I'm hungry and I wish I had cake like that. So, Disrupt Harrowstones? Is this my active quest? No, it isn't. What is? This is my delve. Yes? And it leads me here. What's on there? Well, let's travel to this way shrine and see if we can find our correct destination that way. Then take another look at the map, and we are on the wrong side of this door. No worries, travel to that way shrine. Check map again. Where the heck is? Oh, we need to kill this boss. Well, that makes more sense. That's unlucky, right? Let's first run to the boss and then drink coffee, because who knows, there might be a battle going on, and if we pause for a sip, we might miss it. And they just killed the boss. Dang it. Oh well. Now our choices are to wait for other people to arrive, or to switch tasks and run for a delve. I say we go for the delve because so much easier. We need to go there. And that is a long run. Well, we can do it. I need more coffee, so we might as well wait here for just a moment. So I will be right back. Who knows? More people might arrive while I'm gone. I have returned. And we are still alone. Oh well. Let's run back. Sorry. Let's run back to the way shrine and travel a bit closer to our delve. I'm going the wrong way. The way shrine on the other side, for some reason, seems to be large and inviting, so my personal natural response was to run for it. This one, the one we came from, is a lot closer and pretty, and therefore much more convenient. Way shrine, ever not the door. So, travel here and then run here. I think we can find like a pretty direct path to the scraps. Need to concentrate. Here? I think here. Wow. The caverns are seriously amazingly beautiful. They are also surprisingly difficult to navigate, so I don't spend nearly as much time here as I would like to.
Get some rest. The guards will watch over us.
Ritual site, sometimes harrow storms spawn there. No. Most times containers are full of garbage, but every now and again you find something good. So we need to use dissonance apparatus on woven constructs and find a hot cog. And also we need to root all the containers because I have a problem. As usual, I will leave a link to my build after the stream. Can we use the apparatus on this one as well? No, we can't. I think it has a cooldown. Oh, that's fine. There are plenty more dwarven apparatuses around here. The hot cock is located behind the delve boss. Reaching that can be a little bit tricky because this place is a well, another one of those places that are a bit of a challenge to navigate, but I would say that a bit of patience makes all the difference. Vanishing patterns, I do like those. Those are green ones and therefore quite common, but there is a small chance that my crafting characters don't yet know those. So, please do. We need to go to the other side, right? There. And then continue down the obvious path if we wish to make our way to the boss. Excuse me for stomach sounds, I'm hungry. Got unalived on its own, very polite. Also kind of sad. Traps. Quite obvious ones. Our secondary task is now complete, and we no longer need to use the apparatus on constructs, which makes our life a little bit easier. Ooh, large enemy. That was fun. Where to next? I think we're just going forward. Have these been here before, by the way? These are actually mega cool. I like these. Another trap and more containers. Garbage. More garbage. And style material. Another centurion. It's funny, I haven't really paused to wonder how these things are stored. No. Oh, so delightfully pretty. I had forgotten about this cavern, and this actually filled me with joy. I'm so glad we came here. So we need to go this way, right? I see containers. Lockpick, lockpick, dwarven gear, and that was empty. Wow, pretty. I like waterfalls in ESO so much that I made an entire video about them. That one isn't the best I have seen, but still very pretty. Now I am slightly confused. Oh, we go that way. Never mind. And this is the boss chamber. Got it? Of course. 5 traps. Ooh, containers. It seems that this elf is very unpopular today. No, inventory full. Sword of Solitude is from Eternal Vigor set. Unfortunately, I don't need it. And while we were chatting with our merchant, boss has respawned. Oh, could be worse. We could be helpless. Now, don't forget to take the hardcock, and that is all we need to do. Let's travel out of here conveniently, because I don't want to navigate through the caverns again. Sometimes I can handle it. I have now reached the limit of that. Traveling outside and but also inside your homes is always free, so do take advantage of that when you are in a pinch. Like, say, if you get stuck in a narrow space, traveling to a home is an easy way out. That completed 1 daily.
How
Tenzin,
did your
Tenzin, I
field
have
work
done your
progress?
bidding.
You've proven
Mm.
quite adept with strange
This grants
mechanisms.
us a
We could use
glorious
more like you in the
anniversary
coterie.
jubilee gift box.
I'm more.
Thank you. Let's see what's in it. First, Skyrim daily reward coffer. Ew. A focus script and a motive chapter and epaulets of winter's respite. Or is it respite? I learned the word through reading, so I don't know how to pronounce. Style page, mastic, recipe, stones and materials. That was actually fun. Lilian is like totally drowning in patterns here. I must remember to bank that. It's so pretty. What did I mean to do? Oh yes, read this. So, we didn't manage to slay a world boss here, but we can slay a world boss someplace else. Let's go to Deshan and would Cave of Memories be a good boss to slay? Let's see. Enemies on the outside of the cavern, I think. Unless I am mistaking this with something else. I'm not. Haha. Cave of Memories. Enter. Okay, I'm going to actually can I change my build? I'm so bored with crystal fragments and I want to... Oh, wow. It seems we are in combat. Oh. Bored with crystal fragments, I would like to replace that with Eviscerate. Arterial Burst. Ah, much better. I use that as a spammer quite a bit because it's fun. I want to get rid of the Ancestor first because I feel it has the most annoying attacks. There we go. One more enemy left. And that granted us an ordinary anniversary jubilee gift. Let's open it right away. Ooh. I have gotten like 1 million of those wind chimes. Pretty, yes, but enough is enough. So, I will travel to my sugar bowl suite because there's a way shrine very close to it and it's so convenient. Most inn rooms in cities go on inside and in, but this one tosses you outside, so you don't need to like waste time exiting and in. You can just run straight for a way shrine.
The stories of an undead plague there make
Should
this
we?
world stand on end. Will we be seeing throngs of undead marching out of there next? This!
You haven't heard that a necromancer is trying
Let's
to
actually
stop the
do
undead.
a Delphine here
I
as
would not
well.
be surprised if you haven't, because
This
while the
is a little
necromancer
bit
tried to
like
stop undead,
out of place, but does it matter?
This one has had enough of those dungies.
Do you keep delve quests?
Mad cultists who... This one appreciates...
And that truly was a delve quest. I wonder if that is the delve that's like really difficult to navigate. So during the birthday celebration event, bosses you slay should drop a Jubilee gift box. That does include delve bosses. I wonder why we didn't get one from the boss in the cracks. We are almost at the delve entrance. There it is.
I wonder where he could have gotten to.
Dark Pool Mine. I wonder when I last was here. Probably during another event where you could get presents from completing things. Earn? I wish to go this way because then we can like conveniently run through here and here and here and then end up at the boss. If we do it the other way, we need to run a bit longer, I think. This is what my sense of convenience says. I'm kind of sort of wondering whether Lillian should have unstable walls of storms as a part of her build. Unstable wall of elements was nerfed a while back, but it isn't like hopelessly bad. It does have its uses and it does have like a fun over time effect. I might try that at some point. This way, I think. Yep. So here we need to actually work in order to extinguish the ritual brazier. And by working, I mean kill a bunch of enemies that pour out of and obliterate. There we go. One more brazier to close. And in order to get to that, we go here. I'm quite certain about it. Both hands empty. Ace rising die drop. And this brazier is also active. Didn't see the clan fear coming. They always do the same attack where they bounce on you and make you incapacitated, yes, for a short time. Unable to move. tied down, if you please. We are almost at the boss, and then we can see whether it drops a crate or not. Did I cast Search twice? Probably. Again. Ugh.
Care to...
Helmet? Don't need helmets. Okay, that's good enough for now. I was quite certain that would happen. What do we need to destroy in order to get shields down? These? Yes. That was the boss, right? But we got no crates. What is this? Have I been lied to? Have I understood something correctly? Incorrectly? Probably. Oh well. This completes all tasks, and we are free to travel back to Greymoor to return the quest. Kashid, friend, I have done your bidding.
Bright moon? Yeah, you are.
Let's see what we got. Garbage and flowers. These garland things are really, really pretty. I chose to decorate my sea bloom villa with those things. I think they look really nice there. But now, I do believe the time has come to say goodbye. For now, I will return. I will return. Oops, sorry. Next Thursday at 2 p.m. to start the next section of the Greymoor Zone story. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all later. Ta.